Hey, thanks for watching. Just wanted to touch base on a subject here that I've been thinking about for a while. We just came back from a little hike. Probably a sensitive or unpopular topic, but nevertheless. So fitness. People talk about practicing their skills and this and that and preparedness and all this type of thing, and that's great. And maybe it's just an internet thing, maybe it's just what I see on the internet, my feeds on every forum and YouTube video known to man. And there's a hugely overlooked portion of this from what I see. You may see it differently. And that's fitness, right? So it's great to go out, it's great to shoot, it's great to practice, great to run build drills all day long. You know, I do these things. I shoot, I practice, drive fire all the time, try to keep my outdoor skills up. Not saying it's not important, it certainly is, right? But there's a major factor that a lot of people just skip over, and that is some type of measurable standard of fitness. I'm not saying you need a full CrossFit box in your basement, right? I'm not saying you need to be have abs or any of this. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am gonna try to put out there is that I think you need to have some decent level of fitness. Bipedally, we need to move under our own power, right? I would imagine if things got quite bad, we might need our legs to get us someplace, right? So we're designed to use them for travel. So keep them in shape. Be able to hopefully run a mile. Do you have to do it in 6, 7, 8 minutes? I don't believe so. Would covering a mile in 15 minutes seem reasonable, seem obtainable for most people? I believe it would be. A chin-up, a life-saving maneuver potentially. Think climbing over a wall, pulling yourself out of a car if you had a wreck, getting over a fence. Who knows, right? Who knows? Chin-up is a life-saving maneuver. It's not just a fitness tool. We should be able to pull our own body weight up, right? At the very least once. I don't think that's too much of an ask. A lot of people skip over these things because it's easy to go out and run those build drills. It's easy to go out in the woods and make feather sticks and start fires and do all this kind of stuff, right? It's fun. I know, I do it, I enjoy it. What's hard is sticking to some type of training regimen, some type of routine, some type of diet, right? Not necessarily diet in order to lose weight. If you have to, then by all means do it. But some type of adult type eating, right? Let's not cram McDonald's and fast food and fried crap down our throats on a daily or probably even a weekly basis, in particular as we get older, right? So some type of standard measurable, some type of dietary control, right? These things are important, and they're overlooked. They're overlooked by the majority of people in this community, it would seem, because it's difficult, because it's not fun. I'm going to say most people get lazy in those aspects, and I get lazy in a lot of aspects of life, a lot, right? That's not one of them for me. I try to fix the ones that I am lazy at. I try to identify them and stick on top of it, right? Hold myself accountable, because who else is going to hold me accountable? Maybe life will, right? Depending on the situation. So that's kind of my rant. So things people can do. You don't need to spend any money. The ground, last time I checked, was pretty much free. That's all you need. You don't need much, right? You don't need much at all. There's nothing wrong with basic calisthenics. There's nothing wrong with walking, right? In fact, walking is fantastic. But running is good. Walking is probably, for the majority of people, might be better. Let's not skip over the guy that wrote the book on jogging, died jogging, right? So some things might not be the greatest for you, but walking's free, right? If you want to add something else into it, go throw some free weights, some rocks, whatever you got, logs, anything in your wheelbarrow. Take that thing for a walk, right? GPP, general physical preparedness. Let's keep it up. Anything that you can do to keep moving. And as we get older, this prehab type work, this restorative work, becomes very important, our mobility work, because it's not so much what we want to do, but what do we need to do, right? What do I need to do? I know myself, I need to keep the weight off, I need to keep my heart healthy, I need to keep my legs in check, and I need to do mobility work. Do I like it? No, it's not fancy, it's not fun, it's pretty boring. But I do it nevertheless, because it adds quality of life, right? It adds to that preparedness in unsexy, unpleasant, boring kind of a way here, but it does present a pretty decent portion of the entire picture of being prepared. So if you think you're prepared and you're physically incapable, you need to take ownership of that and realize your limitations and fix them. Get them in check, right? There's a thing, I call it the high school or service mentality. And it's not a knock on anybody who graduated high school or anybody who was in the service. It's not. But we've all heard this thing. We've all heard people go, well, when I was in high school or when I was in the service, and I always pause and my man, it was 10 years ago. It was 15, 20. At my age, it's getting 30 years ago. What have you done now? Where are you at now? If you're not at the same level you were in high school, I'm better than I was in high school. Don't know how that happened, but whatever, it did, right? But if you're not at the same level you were in high school, that's fine. That's fine. You train appropriately for your age and have some type of level that is, don't be a total train wreck, right? These things, you could require very subtle changes in your day-to-day life that won't even matter. It's a consistency over the long haul, not huge changes, or in my opinion, what's going to get you there. Because these huge changes, we're not going to stick with them. They might lead to injury. To quote the great Pat McNamara, it's fitness, not brokenness, right? So we don't want to get hurt. That's not the goal here. If you're getting hurt training, you have a problem. If the Tampa Bay strength coach was crippling his players, how long is he going to be a strength and conditioning coach for? Pretty short career. Don't get hurt. Try to keep to some type of regimen, some type of standard. Hold yourself accountable. Right on. Thank you.